Hi everyone, Lori Greenberg here. I'm going to walk you through what it looks like when I actually sit down to art journal. Here I'm flipping through a journal that I already have created and choosing where I want to work. So once I have the page, I look at that and I think, okay, I don't like what's on that page, so I want to cover it up. Then I go through the process of, do I want to paint it? Do I want to collage over it? Any other ideas? And here I have decided that I want to collage over it. So I know that in this journal I do a lot of writing, so I want some dark space that will provide that. So here I am cutting out something that has a little bit of decoration but some dark space. And then I go to glue it down, and I'll show you along the way where I actually make decisions. I go kind of slow because I'm also thinking, and while I'm thinking, it just, slows the process down a little bit. So I eyeball it, say, yes, I like that, go to glue it down, and look, there's a really pretty pattern that I consider using, but nope, remember, I want that dark space. So I stick with what I have, even though that green pattern is kind of cool. So, and as you can see, unlike my sped up videos, it does take time to actually do things like spreading glue. And I'm resisting the urge here to speed this up because I know it can be really boring to watch, but I just want you to get an idea of what actually goes into it. Okay, so there's one space, and then on the other side I think, well, those bright colors don't really match, but I have a similar background that I think I can carry through when I go to do my design. So here I'm marking it off. I don't like to measure or use rulers because I actually do like a little more of a wobbly feel to my work. So I feel like I want to cover that whole column here. So that's what I'm marking off. And then you see I look underneath and I think, no, I don't want to go down. Maybe I will just do it to fill this top space and leave that other dark area on its own. So I make that design decision, cut out my piece, eyeball it again to make sure it fits, and I see that I don't like that angle because I want it to mirror the one below. So I fix that. Ta-da! Again, another nice color, but I want the dark area, and the splatter marks, I think, carry this page through from the one before it. Now, if I had my pieces all planned out and what I wanted to do, of course this would go a lot faster, but again, when I art journal, junk journal, I like to work really fast because it just lets the designs appear, and I love the process of seeing what comes out at the end, because it's amazing to me how it always just turns out to be something that's interesting, where I couldn't plan that in my head beforehand. I know a lot of people can do that and plan it out, and that's fine too, but this is how I do it. And there's a lot of time spent thinking, okay, what do I want to do next? Waiting for something just to pop into my head. And I'll be going through the thought process of, do I want to start painting now? Do I want to draw on this now? Where can I go with this? And as you can see, I spend a lot of my time searching for my paint pens. And then when I find the one I want, I spend a lot of time shaking them to make sure they're mixed, cleaning up my space so that I don't have any distractions, getting my pen ready, still thinking, not exactly sure where I want to go, but I think I do. So what I'm doing here is I'm using a silver pen, which is the closest color that I could find to match the background. So I'm trying to make this background of the collage text that I cut out blend more into my design. So as you can see, the pen process can go really slow too. And for the camera, I'm holding I'm trying to keep my design straight and keep my hand out of the way as much as possible. Whereas when I'm working and I'm not filming, I'll be I'll be turning my journal all around so I have a better angle for my hand. As you can see, it's a little awkward to try and color left to right like this. I would probably turn it and do up and down, which is faster. But there's something about coloring in these areas too that's really relaxing, even though it looks really boring. But if you are one who likes to color or doodle or paint, you know what that means. And here I did speed it up because I'm sorry, but you don't want to watch that. It takes forever. So there we go. See how it starts to blend in a little bit more? They still pop out, but that's okay. So I instead of going right up around the letters, because I thought the silver was too close to the white color of the 100%, I thought, well, maybe I'll just blend it in by bringing that silver down onto the color of the magazine cutout. Now, to make it blend more, I realized after I watched this, and maybe I'll go back in and change, probably should have made some of those dots hang over the end, not all contained within that red, because that still kind of keeps it separate, where if I would have like half circles, it would blend it more in. So I'll probably go back and try and do that. And that's pretty much how slow this process goes. If this is something you're interested in seeing more of, the actual process, I can speed it up. Let me know. I'll try and make some more videos like this with voiceover so I can explain to you like my thought process as I go along. Because it's always, the whole time I'm working at this stage, I am trying to think of, okay, where am I going to go next with this? And you'll see sometimes as I'm working, I'll make decisions that are noticeable. Here's one. So I decide I'm going to journal here. And I'm going to write some words. I realize, oh, I don't want to drag my hand through that paint that's probably wet, so I grab my little separator there and I go to put the date on, and I get to the date and I realize I do not know what day it is. So yet again, another pause to go look up the date to make sure that I get it right.